The United States Senate unanimously passed the bipartisan Promoting a Resolution to Tibet-China Dispute Act on Thursday this week. Sikyong Pembatsering of the Central Tibetan Administration, on behalf of the Tibetan people, this morning appreciated the United States lawmakers' move and expressed his hope in the bill becoming a law soon.
We have proven that if we all work together, we can get things done. So let's wait for getting the bill on the president's desk and to be signed it into law. So this, of course, will be a new tool in our hands, and now the Tibetan advocates around the world will have to think about how, considering the political situation in your own country and the political system, how it works, whether we can have laws or resolutions or statements coming from legislators and governments in aligning with how we are proceeding on focusing on the historical status of Tibet as an independent country, and to acknowledge leadership of all those within the Congress and the staffers who have worked tirelessly to get it to this point. So thank you all so very much. Thank you.
The Resolve Tibet Act, or Promoting a Resolution to the Tibet-China Dispute Act, was passed by the United States Foreign Affairs Committee in November last year. The United States House of Representatives passed the bill with an overwhelming bipartisan support in February 2024. This bill will strengthen the United States' effort to push the Chinese government to resolve the long-standing Tibet-China dispute through dialogue with the Tibetan leaders. Sikyong Pembatsering of the Central Tibetan Administration concluded his official tour across various European countries earlier this week. During his visit to the 4 European countries, Sikyong engaged with stakeholders, including the members of parliament, government officials, policy influencers, academics, media outlets, Friends of Tibet, and Tibetan community members. During his visit to the French Senate, Sikyong was warmly received by senators, including Senator Jacqueline Eustache-Bruno. Sikyong urged France and the international community to recognize Tibetans, Uyghurs, Hong Kongers, and Chinese pro-democracy movements as partners in driving positive change within China. He commended President Macron's decision to meet him, viewing it as a bold stance against Chinese influence, and encouraged other European leaders to follow suit. Sikyong also discussed parliamentary initiatives on some of the most pressing issues facing Tibet. In particular, Sikyong urged the French Senate to take a definitive stance on the reincarnation of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, similar to the stance taken by the United States government, rejecting any interference from the Chinese government in this purely religious matter. The senators enthusiastically received the proposal and assured plans for special events. In Paris, Sikyong also engaged in discussions with Taiwan Ambassador Francois Chi-Chung-Wu, former member of parliament and founder of the Inter-Parliamentary Group for Tibet in the French National Assembly, Jean-Michel Berlogi, a longtime friend of Tibet, Marcel Roux, and Venerable Lama Jigme Trale Gyatso and Anthony Boersma, co-presidents of Union Buddhist France. Sikyong visited the Paris coordinator's office, where he met with Tibetan support groups based in Paris. The Department of Home Central Tibetan Administration summoned Tibetan settlement officers and cooperatives for a 3-day conference in Dharamshala on Wednesday this week. The chairman and secretaries of 15 Tibetan cooperative societies and the settlement officers of the respective Tibetan settlements, chief representative officers of Ladakh and South Zone, along with concerned staff of the Department of Home, met to discuss the prospects of the Tibetan cooperative societies. Sikyong Pembatsering encouraged the participants to suggest solutions for making changes and upgradation to the settlements in order to provide for the needs of the younger generations and strengthen population in the settlements. Sikyong recommended increase of the plantation of cash crops and promotion of cultural tourism in the settlements.